Good evening, everyone. It's your boy Jonesy, and you know what time it is. You're now tuned into another episode of the Avg Lightskin, and it's story time. What am I drinking, you might ask? Just the finest tap that Edmund has to offer. Why am I drinking it in a champagne glass? I don't know. It's classy. Welcome, friends. Thanks for being with me on this first installment of Jonesy's Story Time. I want you guys to come with me. Travel back in time. Circa 2005. I was 19, 205 pounds, and swole out of this world. I was on that straight creatine and protein diet. And so, I want to set the tone. Around this time, if you're from Oklahoma and you know anything about Club 7-Eleven on 122nd and Penn, that used to be the spot. Every weekend, all the cars was out, they playing music, they got fine shorties out there. Everything's booming on at Club 7-Eleven. There's even a local song called Club 7-Eleven. It's fire. I'm gonna link y'all in the comment section, or in the description section. I'm gonna link y'all to the Club 7-Eleven track. But anyway, so it was me, my friend Shug, and my boy Nick. We riding. I forgot what we was doing. We was probably doing some hood rat things, but we needed to stop by the 7-Eleven because it's Club 7-Eleven. What do you expect? You're gonna run into some shorties there. You got it all at Club 7-Eleven. You got the DVD man out there selling DVDs and CDs and all that. So everything easy cop, Club 7-Eleven. So we pull up, and I do want to say this one thing is I'm a huge advocate, against domestic violence. And so if you're ever in that kind of situation, leave, get help. We'll also plug something in the description to how you can find help against domestic violence. So we pull up, and I see this dude pull up in like an 84 box Chevy. And he like pulls up in the parking lot crazy, like just right in the middle of the parking lot. And so all eyes are on him. And this big black woman get out the car, she grabbed her purse and she slammed the door. And his car's still parked in the middle, of the 7-Eleven, where people are entering and exiting. And he gets out, and there goes that motherfucking chopper again. Thank you, chopper. I was on the roll. We're just gonna push through. We're gonna push through it. So my man gets out the car. He looked like he in his 30s. Got a little stomach on him, but he thick built, like a pit bull or something. And he starts circling this woman and then he just like hit her a couple times, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to do something about this. And this was my first experience of mind your motherfucking business, my nigga. Like, this was the first time I ever had that experience. And so, me, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got something for you. Oh ass nigga, I got something for you. Watch, just watch. And he hit his woman walked off, you know what I'm saying? She walked the other direction. He got in his car, parked it. And this is how you know it's back in the day, because payphones were still a thing. There was a payphone outside the 7-Eleven. My boy Shug, my boy Nick, they acting like ain't nothing happened. They go into the store. He actually might have been in the store before this even jumped off, because I think he would have did something as well. Shug, he was looking like, man, that's messed up, this is this. And I'm just progressively getting angrier because, again, I'm against domestic violence, hitting women and all that stuff. And so he's on the payphone. I decided to get my 205 self out the vehicle and walk over to him in a threatening manner. And I said, we might have to bleep some of these, warning, there's going to be explicit language. I said, hit me like you hit her, bitch ass nigga. And I made this face, this grimacing face. I was like, yeah, hit me like you hit her, bitch ass nigga. And he's on his phone and he's like talking to somebody, and he looks at me and he goes, hangs up the phone. My man jumps through his car window and starts shuffling under the seat. Mind you, 7-Eleven right now is dookie deep. I'm talking about it's packed. There's big rims everywhere. It's whips, it's women, everything. He jumps through his window and his door worked. That's very important information, because when that registered in my mind, off top, I hit a movie moment. And when I say I hit a movie moment, I really hit a movie moment. I went from hit me like you hit her, bitch ass nigga, to oh my God, he's got a gun! And my big ass ran. And you ever see the movies where it be like all the music stopped, like everybody was bumping at 7-Eleven. When I said that, it was like somebody like bumped the DJ tape and was like, like everybody stopped, and then it was like, keep the party going. Everybody looked and like the music just started back and everything. I was like, what the fuck? But I ran all the way to the liquor store. But still, I ran, and as I started running this way, my boy Nick was coming out the store and he was walking this way. I ran by him and he was looking like, where the hell he going? Man, I sat over there for a minute, you know, feeling nothing but embarrassment and shame, because I was trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And then I walked back over and let them know what was going on. But this is one of my most shameful stories that I carry with me to this day. I can't live down the moment of me saying, he's got a gun, in a white woman voice. I went from the hardest nigga on the block to a white woman. And I ran because I thought he had a gun. He could have been bluffing. That was a hell of a bluff. Now, had he just walked out there and, you know, tried to catch these hands, your boy would have been victorious. Hands down. I would have gave that man work. I would have gave him the A's and the B's. Just binged him up real good. And so, moral of the story is mind your business. You know, again, I am, you know, against domestic violence, but I ain't know that woman. I don't know her story. I don't know their story. Mind your business. I almost caught a bullet that night for trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Never be Captain Save-A-Ho. Mind your business and keep it pushing. Cause he hit her with the 1, 2, you know, had her up against the ropes like bing, bing, bing. And you know, I was angry. I was angry about it, you know, because I have a mother and I respect women. But that day was not the day that I wanted to die for somebody that I did not know. So yeah, I mind my business now. You know, if I see something going on that shouldn't be happening, that doesn't involve me or my family, call the police. Yeah, don't do it. So, as I take a sip of this finest Edmund tap, we're going to end on a good note. I hope you enjoyed the first installment of Story Time.
Let me tell you about this girl, maybe I should. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brown Sugar. See, we be making love constantly, that's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy.